Hello students, welcome to my channel Learning World. Today I am going to teach you all about valency. So in today's class, let's see how are we going to find valency, what is valency and how does it vary across the period and down the group in a periodic table. So what is valency? Valency is nothing, it is the combining capacity of an element. Now, what do you mean by this combining capacity? Now, the combining capacity means we all know we have many elements in a periodic table or which exist in this earth. So we have many compounds that are formed by combining one element with another element. Now, for example, when we say about sodium chloride, we have here sodium combining with chlorine and forming sodium chloride. So this combination happens because of the presence of valence electrons in it. Now, in order to find the valency, there are few criteria which we need to know. One is the atomic number of an element and how to write its electronic configuration. I'm sure that you would have learned in your previous class, that is how to find, find the electronic configuration of every element. Now, electronic configuration is found based on the atomic number. Now, let's take the example of the period, that is we'll start from sodium, that is from sodium till argon, that is we have the third across the period we have the third period, that is we have sodium atomic number is 11. So let us first find the valency of sodium. Now, in order to find the valency, first we need to know the atomic number. So let's write the electronic configuration of sodium. Now, when you write electronic configuration, we all know that is the atomic number is equal to number of electrons. So, how are we going to write the electronic configuration? Now, in the shell, we have the first shell with 2 electrons and the second shell has 8. So here we have the atomic number is 11. So in order to get 11, we need to keep mathematics in your mind. So 2 plus 8 is 10. Now we need one more electron in order to get this 11. So the third shell will have 1 electron. So 2, 8 and 1. So when you are drawing this, we have the first shell, that is when you take sodium, the first shell will have 2 electron, the second shell will have 8 electron and the third shell will have 1 electron. So this is the electron in the last shell. So the last shell in case of sodium, it has only 1 electron. So here the valency is 1. Now in order to get its octet or attain its octet, it has to lose its electron or it has to give 1 electron. So giving electron means its nature is electropositive. That is losing electron. So the charge will be plus 1. So 1 plus, that is electropositive. So the valency of sodium is 1. Now next is, let's take magnesium. Now when we take magnesium, the atomic number is 12. And here the electronic configuration will be, the first shell will have 2, the second shell will have 8 electrons, 2 plus 8, 10. Then the last shell will need how many more electrons? 2 plus 8, 10. So 10 plus 2, 12. So here the atomic number is 12. So we need, that is 12 electrons for magnesium. So first shell has 2, second shell has 8 and the last shell, that is the valence shell, will have 2 electron. Now here in this case, in order to attain its octet, it has to again give 2 electrons. So they are also again electropositive in nature and the valency is 2. So let us write here 2. Now next let us take the next element, that is aluminum. When you are when you are going to this class, I hope you will have a periodic table also along with you, so that you can just go through the periods, the number of the elements in the period. So next is aluminum. We have aluminum with atomic number 13 and its electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 3, because 2 plus 8 10 and 10 plus 3 13, because here the atomic number is 13. Now here, in order to attain its octet, it has to again give how many electrons? 3. So the valency is 3. Now here, now let's see, now chlorine in case of sodium, that is 11, it has the valency is 1, so it is known as monovalent. So sodium is monovalent in nature. Now in case of magnesium, the valency is 2, so it is bivalent. So magnesium is bivalent in nature because it can lose 2 electrons. Here in case of aluminum, it has 3 valence electrons, so it is trivalent in nature. Now next is we have silicon. Let us see. Now these are the elements across the period. Okay. Now next is silicon. Now silicon has atomic number. Now we have silicon with atomic number 14, and here the electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 2 plus 8 10 and 4. That is 4. The valency is 4. So 4, in case of 4, it is tetravalent. This is trivalent. And this is bivalent. And this is monovalent. So now here we have, now can you see the valency, how it is increasing? So sodium has 1 valency, magnesium 2, aluminum 3, silicon 4. Now if you see the periodic table, you can see across the period, all these elements are arranged across the period in the same order. That is, so it is in the increasing order. The valency is increasing. Now let's see what happens in the next element. So next let's see about phosphorus. Now phosphorus, the atomic number is 15. So now when you take 15, the electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 2 plus 8, 10, 10 and 5. Now here in this case, now you cannot take this valency as 5. Okay. Now I want you to show this. Now phosphorus, that is 15 atomic number. The electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 5. Now here in this case, the last shell has 5 electrons. Now 5 electrons, now we cannot give this 5 electron, or this phosphorus cannot lose 5 electrons. So now in order to attain its octet, better than losing electron, the better way is to gain electrons. Now how many electrons will it gain to attain its octet? That is to attain 8 electrons in the outer shell. Now I can draw this diagrammatically. Now in case of phosphorus, the first shell will have 2 electrons. The second shell will have 8 electrons. And the last shell has 5 electrons. 4, 5. So here in the last shell, in order to attain octet, that is in order to have 8 electrons, better than giving these 5 electrons, it is to gain how many electrons? That is 3 electrons. So in case of phosphorus, it is gaining electron. So this is important here, very important, because in the previous elements we have seen they were losing electrons or giving out electrons. That is, they are all electropositive in nature. Now in the next case we have gaining electron. So here it gains how many electrons? It gains 3 electron. So that nature is called electronegative. It's trivalent because it needs 3 more electrons to attain octet. So 5 plus 3 will give 8. So it is gaining electron. So it is electronegative in nature. But the valency will be 3, only the sign will be negative. Why? Because it takes in electron. So phosphorus is 3. Now next is sulfur. We have sulfur, the atomic number is 16. So in case of 16, here again let's write the electronic configuration 2, 8, 2 plus 8, 10, 10 plus 6, right? 2 plus 8, 10, 10 plus 6, 16. Now here also we cannot lose 6 electrons. So instead what will it do? It will gain 2 electrons. So again that is electronegative since it is gaining, and the valency will be 2. Why? Because here we need 2 more electrons to get 8 electrons or attain octet. So the valency of sulfur will be 2. So here again 2. Now again in case of, again this is electronegative. So that's why we write S2 minus. So in case of phosphorus we write that is 3 minus, that is trivalent. Now when it comes to chlorine, chlorine has atomic number 17. The configuration is 2, 8 and 7. Now how many more electrons it needs to attain octet or get 8 electrons? That is 1, right? So the valency is 1. So since it needs 1 electron, we write Cl, that is 1 minus. So they are monovalent. This is bivalent and trivalent. But they are all these elements are electronegative. So they are electronegative. So let's see, now this chlorine has 1. Now last, let's see about argon. I hope you all know the peculiarity about argon. It belongs to, that is the 18th, we have the 18th group, that is the noble gas. So the atomic number of argon is 18, group 18 element, and the electronic configuration is 2, 8, 8. So what will be the valency of this element? Now since the last shell already has 8 electrons, that means it has attained its octet. So it doesn't need to give electron or lose electron. Lose electron or gain electron. So the valency will be 0. 0 valent element. So they are all, so this belongs to noble gas. If you see all the noble gases, the valency will be 0. So this is here the valency is 0. So now see, now across the period. Now this is across the period. So across the period, the valency increases first and then again it comes down, it decreases and then it comes to 0. So all these are electropositive because it actually gives electron, and these are all electronegative because it, why are they negative? Because it gains electron. Here it loses electron. That is, it gives out electron. So this is the main thing about the valency across the period. So this is how the valency increases and then it decreases across the period. So here I would like to conclude this class. Let us take how the valency varies down the group in the next class. So I am sure that you are thorough with the definition of valency. That is it is a combining capacity of an element. Because of these valence electrons in the outer shell, it is able to combine with other elements. And what is their nature, whether they are electropositive and whether they are electronegative, and how are they electropositive and how are they electronegative, and how do you find valency. So in order to find valency, we should know the atomic number and also how to write its electronic configuration. So I'm sure you're thorough with this part. If you have any feedback, please drop in the comment box, and please do hit the subscribe button and let me know your feedback. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class with the next topic.